All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, I was running a little late. I tell you, it's always one thing or the other, man. I had everything set up, and I was like, oh shit, forgot the thumbnails. It's always something. Anyway, Loretta, thank you for the 5x5. Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5. Kimberly, AllPower, Mr. Landfill, Trapper, Bob, Betty, the Watchman, Sarita, Flongon, Gary, thank you for the 5x5. Miss Nancy, Comment Moose, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Bush Pig, Trail Name, Jane, thank you for the 5x5. Busy, Colt, Salty, thank you for the 5x5. Dobie, Base Bunny, Jason, Elaine, Uptech, Mitch, thank you for the 5x5. Mastermind, Wide, Ozark, thank you for the 5x5. Learn and Teach, Maria, Eric, thank you for the 5x5. Tina, I don't know what the hell is, Demora, thank you for the 5x5. Mock, Crow, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, Betty, Michigan, Raccoon Eyes again. Andrew, Simple, Whistling, Babada, Loretta, thank you for the 5x5. Strawberry, William, Jasp, James, Standalone, thank you for the 5x5. Renee, Incognito, 514, thank you for the 5x5. Patty, Gary, Wide, Kitty, Autumn, Plain, thank you for the 5x5. Throwback, Nicole, CSC Driver, thank you for the 5x5. Kill, Rum Runner, Lenora, thank you for the 5x5. That is taking forever. Damn. Anyway, thank you for the 5x5. Toto, Emmy, thank you for the 5x5. And Jordan, thank you for the 5x5. I know that was fucking forever. And Perspective, thank you for the 5x5. All right. So anyway, guys. Also, I guess a bit of a bad news. I was told that Prepper Nation, John from Prepper Nation, passed away. I'm not sure. I couldn't confirm that other than one post that I saw that he passed away. If anybody else can confirm that, that would be appreciated. The last video I saw from him, which was 7 months ago, he didn't look too healthy, so it sort of tracks if he did pass away. But yeah, I would like some kind of confirmation. Yes, the conspiracy theories, by the way, some of them are going to be fun. Some of them we sort of knew about. Some of them were proven, but not to the public. So figure that. December was the post. Was it December 12th? Someone just told me today if that was the case. Yeah, someone left a comment in what you call it. I forgot where I saw it on one of my in the comment section of one of my videos. So yeah. The Watchman, I don't know. I not sure. Someone said cancer. John, okay. Thomas said John had cancer. Okay. Again, the last video I saw from, because I went to check on his channel when I heard that. The last video I saw, he didn't look too good. He didn't look too good at all. And he died December 12th. No shit. Last video was 7 months ago. Right. Throwback. Exactly. No kidding. Yeah, again, I got the heads up today. I guess it wasn't well known. I don't know. I don't know if somebody mentioned it before in the comment section or in the chat, and I just missed it. But yeah. But anyway, that sucks. Wasn't a big fan of that dude, but it still sucks, right? Still sucks if someone passes away, and as young as he was, I mean, he wasn't old, but whatever. And I do wonder that as well. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Life will go on. So, trying to pull ourselves out of this Debbie Downer moment. And that's the other thing I know people are asking, some people are asking in the chat, whether or not he took the arm ticket. I guess. I don't, I can't speak to it. I thought he did a while back because there was a big to-do. Him and another prepper channel. I haven't seen this guy in a while. But, yeah, I listen. Tonight on The Angry Truth, That's what say goodbye to your loved ones is, right? So we're basically going to talk about that. And I listen, for a lot of young people, and when I mean young, I mean everybody under the age of like 60. Because after 60, you're on borrowed time. Sorry to say that. But everybody else under 60, when I hear people pass away, I'm like, you know, my head automatically goes to, did they take that thing? You know, I'm always wondering now, and that sucks because it could be somebody like him, and you're sitting there wondering, did he take the? I think he did, like, but I'm not sure. Thomas said he didn't take it. All right, I could have sworn he did. Between him and another, because it was like a big to do on the internet over it. That was like 5 years ago, right, or 6 years ago now, whatever. So, but I always wonder now, moving forward, everybody who's young and passes away, I'm like, yo, did they take it? Yeah. So I don't know. So you're close to that, William. Yeah, I'm close to 60. Yeah, but yeah, everybody else, 60 and above, borrow time. You know what's interesting? It's for those of us who are over 40. I don't know if a lot of you guys think. Dog Creek, I did a video with him a long time ago on my older channel. That channel was deleted since then. We had a thing. I mean, maybe this one. We might have did a collaboration on this video on this channel, but you got to go like 5 years back. But every last one of us that are over the age of 40, I want, because I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one that thinks in terms of how much time we have left, right? So it's interesting that when you're growing up, midlife crisis is your no, I'm sorry, your over the hill or middle point of your life is 50. When it's not 50, right? The middle point of your life is 40. It's 35 or 40, right? The average person lives to what is it? The average person lives to about 75, 80 if you're healthy, 90 if you're above board, and I'm thinking to myself, I got 27 years left, if that, or 28. No, I don't even have that. Uh, yeah, I have 27 years left, roughly. On average, I'm 48. I'll be 49 this year, and I wonder. I often want to think about that. Yeah, that's interesting. So anyway, I think about that all the time, a lot now. You got videos like you got 70 years, 70 to 75 years on this planet, and um, when I think about it in that term, I'm like, damn, you got to get cracking, man. Got to get cracking. These fucking ads, man, they're the worst. Superbike is stealing time. Hey, listen, all I know is that I got to get cracking on anything I want to do because it could be just like that. Uh, Done. You're a youngster. I guess I'm a youngster, but 48 doesn't feel too young. And not when you got these kids calling you old school and OG. I'm like, this is how old I am. I bought Skechers. I didn't realize that they were slip-ons. So I put them on, and I'm like, oh man, these are really comfortable. I'm like all like happy and shit. Because when you're old, socks and shoes are like the shit. And so I bought the sketch. I didn't realize they were slip-ons, and it said it on the box. I didn't even read it, man. I just opened the box. I put them on. I'm like, oh man, these are cool. I look at the box again. I go, oh man, I'm officially old because anybody who puts slip-ons on and likes them, you're old. I'm ready to fucking go to the old age home now because I couldn't believe how fucking comfortable they were and how excited I got over them too. That was the worst part about it. I was like, fuck, man. I'm like fucking I'm old. I'm old. I like slip-ons. I mean, like they slipped on so easily too, man. They're like, boop. I was like, oh, this is the shit, son. Then I looked at the box and I was like, I'm fucking 65. I turned 65 just like that. I went from 48 to 65 in 2 seconds when I put those fucking shoes on. Fucking bullshit. I tell you, man. Uh, they're still comfortable, but I can't wear them now. I can't wear them. I wear them outside, and that's it. I'm gonna start going to movies and requesting the senior citizen discount if they even still have that. But yo, it's crazy. And how comfortable they are. That is sad. That's really sad. But anyway, sorry. I just couldn't believe how happy I was with those stupid fucking shoes, and then I found out how old they were. It's like mother. Someone said, "Damn, you're as old as my dad." Yeah. Well, listen. Again, it's funny. We used to break our parents' balls when they were older. You know, when they were in their 40s and 50s, we broke their chops. Now we are there. It was like, yeah, Crocs I won't wear. I'm out on Crocs. I hear how comfortable they are, but yeah, I'm out on that, man. The Croc shit is done. But the fucking slip-ons, that was like a that was like finding gray hair on my chest with the slip-ons. I was like, God, man, how much older am I gonna be? Soon I'm gonna be wearing a robe and slippers around the house. Holy shit! Drinking tea, watching reruns of Barney Miller, right? Because why not? It's bad. Like yo, socks, underwears, and a good pair of shoes. That's what life is after 40. I know some people they hang on to their youth and they want to buy young people clothing and shit like that. I don't care for that. But slip-ons is the epitome of old people shit. My mother has slip-ons, right? So that's what I equate it to. Crocker shit. Bucky, yeah, listen. Some people love their Crocs. My son wore them out once. I said, if you ever wear those Crocs out again, you'll be going home barefoot. I shit you not, I would throw them in the fucking lake. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, don't ever wear those fucking things again. I do not agree with kids wearing Crocs outside of the mall and the movies and all that other bullshit. Like, put your fucking sneakers on. Because, not for nothing, if shit pops off, you can't run in Crocs. I've watched people in videos running Crocs and Crocs fucking flying up all over the place. I drink tea and watch reruns. Yeah, man, reruns are the shit. Well, yeah, they are the shit. Been watching what you call it. Well, I watched reruns of Mad About You, or I am watching reruns of Mad About You. All right. So anyway, let's see. And yes, Crocs are toxic. Toxic. Thank you, Bucky, for bringing that up. They are toxic as well. The shit that they're made out of. I saw that, not a meme, but a video a few months ago. I didn't even think of it. I sort of let it go, and then I sent it to my son's mother because the kids wear Crocs, or her kids and my son, they wear Crocs. And I'm like, stop having them wear Crocs. Just because a bunch of idiots think it's the cool thing, it's not. Cancer of the feet can't be fun, right? So that you're walking around like fucking Captain Hook, or rather Peg Leg Johnson, made a pirate, right, with a fucking missing foot. It's no good. Emergency, Knight Rider, and Airwolf. Nice. Holy shit, that's old. Emergency. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a whole thing about Crocs on I guess on Instagram you can find some of the videos. TikTok, I mean, I took Twitter. You can find some of the videos on there. Yeah, they tell you what they're made out of and how a lot of that stuff can leach into your foot through your socks. So just keep that in mind. 49 is perfect for some Ugg slippers. Yeah, yeah. Nah, I was tempted to get slippers last year because the floors in here get cold. They get really cold in here. So I almost said, and I said, you know what? Stop being a bitch. I told myself, stop being a bitch and just suck it up. So I'm gonna suck it up. And then this year it's gotten cold, but it wasn't that bad. Dragnet, the original Dragnet. Anyway, uh, on with the show, and enough of the bullshit. But yeah, man. Maybe so. Listen, I don't care what bullshit reasoning you people are going to pull out of your ass for Trump going after Greenland because of data centers. Fuck that. You think those data centers are a good thing? You're drunk, you're drinking, the Kool-Aid or sniffing the cock. I don't know what you're doing. But the data centers that are being built are not good for humanity, period. I don't care where they build them. Here in the United States, we build too much, right? Um, we're building too much. Now they want Greenland. And there's something called Freedom City. Look it up. Freedom City is an AI governed city run by the technocratic uh, figureheads, if you will, that want to build this AI governed city. And they want to do it in Greenland because Greenland also has rare minerals there as well. But also the cold and the water will allow them to cool those centers off effortlessly, not like here in the United States. Now, the problem with the data centers here in the United States that people are not talking about, that hit me like a lightning bolt the other day, summertime. Summertime is going to be a major problem for the areas that have the data center. In fact, they are looking to implement purpose blackouts or blackouts done on purpose. Meaning, if you are in a hot climate area like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, anywhere south of, the Mason-Dixon line, I guess, right? South of that, if you're dealing with heat and you got a data center in the area, you are undoubtedly going to have a blackout. A blackout in the summertime is going to last a lot longer than a blackout in the wintertime because they have to keep those data centers cool. And they don't have to, they want to. They rather have you pass out from the heat or possibly die while they're trying to cool off their data centers. A data center in Greenland is still not a good idea. You're picking a fight with a country that has no fight in the game, hasn't said a word to you. Nonetheless, we still got Trump supporters, assholes, dick lickers, cum sniffers, whatever you want to call them, all of them sitting there saying that, yes, that's a good move, grabbing Greenland. You're a fucking asshole if you think grabbing Greenland's a good idea. You are. Because and again, it's not for, even if it was for the American people, it's still a bullshit move. But being that it's not for the American people, it's for the again, the technocratic, figureheads in their fucking master plan. Absolutely not. I hope Greenland puts up a fight. I really do. I hope that they put up one hell of a fight because this fight is not a fight that's worth fighting, at least for the United States. And listen, the United States is going to steamroll Greenland, steamroll, but still, they need to put up a fight. Again, I don't know, I don't agree with it. I just think it's his idea. Maybe so. I don't think it's his idea. It's my God, Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos. That it's their idea, and he's just like, and because Peter Thiel, is that his name? Peter Thiel, right? Because he sponsored, if you will, Trump's campaign big time. Trump has to now pay him back, right? So Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, who else is it? There was somebody else. The fucking other big time Jew that just bought, his son just bought Skydance. Is it Skydance? Yes, Skydance. Those people want this, and the thing is, I think Greenland's going to be a test run for an AI run city. Peter Thiel. All right, I got it. Thank you. So that is, again, as far as conspiracy theories go, that's not a conspiracy theory, though some people, when you talk to them, they're going to say, that's a conspiracy theory. They admitted to that. It's called Freedom City. It's definitely called Freedom City. There was also something that I heard about the other day, the Zefron plan, the Zefra plan. I need more information on it, but I heard about that the other day, and it has a lot to do with what's going on in Patagonia, Argentina. And again, that's not a conspiracy theory. That's a plan that's actually out there in the open. Conspiracy theories, yes. So conspiracy theories often do lead to the truth. Often enough, man. I mean, again, I go with the basic Area 51. That one was conspiracy theory since I was a kid and before that, right? And everybody who believed in Area 51 was an asshole. They were crazy. They were lunatic, tinfoil wearing helmet freak, And then, yeah. It wound up being true, right? So, and so yeah, need Greenland for the 10 Kingdoms. I don't know, man. The whole like grabbing other people's land for the sake of and it's being done boldly too. It's that's a crazy shit. It's not even like they're not even hiding it anymore. They're just like, yeah, man, fuck you, you know. Uh, Mart Martains. That's a good point. He says conspiracy theories are just fucking spoilers. Pretty much, for the most part. I mean, again, I got a list of conspiracy theories here. Who was it? Wikipedia had a list of conspiracy theories. I was like, holy shit, the list that they had was pretty impressive. But we're just going to talk about a lot of the stuff that's prepper related. There's a ton of political ones, like Obama being born in the United States. They said that's a conspiracy theory. Michelle Obama being a dude or not a dude, that's a conspiracy theory. There's a lot of them out there. Just Charlie Kirk still being alive. The lady that got shot in Minneapolis, she's still alive apparently. It's a psych op and she's still alive. I'm like, come on, man. Not everybody could be whatever. I mean, I get it. I get it that anything is possible. Walter Cronkite being part of the CIA op, right? Often feeding us bullshit news that are things that never happened, right? And he was part of a CIA op for as long as he was a journalist. So there is that. And we've been lied to forever and about everything. And again, it goes back to the Egyptians and they're lying to the people about what's going on. The Romans used to do it. Romans did it as well. They lied about a lot of the enemies at the gate bullshit, keeping their people in line kind of deal. And if we don't get the funding we need for the military, the enemy is going to break through the gates and if they're going to run through the city of Rome and rape and pillage and yada, yada, yada. And they were telling that lie for centuries. So was Egypt, centuries telling that lie, right? I heard about the Elvis of the CIA. I don't know in depth, but I heard about that as well. Again, anything is possible. That's the problem with everything now, like NASA going to the moon, right? There's more evidence that we didn't go to the moon than there is that we did, right? I don't know who Tiffany Drover or Dover is. I really don't. Oh, right. Tupac being alive. Tupac was alive in Cuba. Tupac was alive in, what was it, South Carolina or North Carolina. They spotted him running from a chicken spot. And there's a video of a guy running, but I guess that's because, you know, he was being hounded at the fucking chicken spot. And everybody was like, that tracks. Tupac, chicken spot, running. That makes sense. But yeah, no, he wasn't. Hudson Valley, thank you for joining us, man. And good video, by the way. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. His last video he did, that was a very good video on the state of the country and the bullshit that's going on. I do not want to get into that rant again. I did it early today in the midweek report, Wednesday midweek report. I already got into that rant based on pretty much piggybacking his video on the state of this country and the bullshit that we are entering. And the fact, guys, that the left or conservatives are starting to behave like the left. We are very much behaving like lunatics. Tiffany Dover was the first nurse that died from the. Oh yes, Change Mind, is that a Change MD? Okay, that sounds familiar. But yeah, a lot of stuff, man. Alien, the fake alien invasion or aliens are real. The Mr. 19 arm ticket, conspiracy theories behind that, which are now becoming truth and not conspiracy theories anymore. They're finding out so many problems with the Mr. 19 arm ticket that now they're going before, I think, some kind of congressional hearing soon, if I'm not mistaken, this year or next year, that with all of the evidence they found. So for all of us that, again, were, tinfoil hat wearing freaks, here we are, right? And we talked about the Mr. 19 itself and the problems that it was creating at the time, where it came from. Now they're starting to say, oh, it might have come from the United States, then flown to China, then released from there. Get the fuck out of here. I said, stop that bullshit. Like that was Alex Jones. Alex Jones, who I think there's a rumor about him being a CIA op as well, or part of a CIA op. I mean, he's not a CIA operative, but he's part of their plan. And I think that was, guys, where he turned. I'm going to be careful with this, but I think Alex Jones, when he got in trouble with the um, kid shooting out in Connecticut, he they sued him, right? And they won like millions of dollars or whatever it was, like 40 million or 20 million dollars, whatever it was. I think the CIA or some government agency swooped in and was like, "Yo, we can get you out of this debt, but you're gonna have to play our game." And so now, someone said he sold out. Snap, crackle, pop. He did, and that's how he sold out. That's when they got him. I think they got him after the whole what you call it, Sandy Hook shooting, right? Because he said too much. He, for the most part, was on point, and then he went too far, and he screwed up. And that's the thing, right? So someone just brought up a point. Andrew Tate and Tucker Carlson, both of their fathers were apparently CIA operatives or part of some kind of CIA operation. That's Tucker Carlson and Andrew Tate, right? And again, Alex Jones, apparently his father might have been part of it, but once he got in trouble with the Sandy Hook shit, he turned, right? And again, a lot of people said, "Oh, he sold out." Yeah, that was right after that, man. After the lawsuit went down, they were like, "We'll pay that bill off for you, but now you're ours." Oh yeah. Source said he was an operative. Who was an operative? When you guys put that in the chat, you got to say who. You can't say he. You got to say Charlie Kirk, Alex Jones, Andrew Tate. You got to because I can't. By the time you respond to me, I'm on to a different subject. So you got to preference it with what I said, if that makes sense. Jordan, apparently they are, and you can look this stuff up online, right? You can look this stuff up online. Anyway, guys, all that to say is that these guys are 100%. I'm going to say enemy of the people. And the reason why I'm saying I'm trying to be careful because I'm trying to word it in a intelligent way and not sound like a complete lunatic. I'm not worried about any of these people coming after me. I really don't care. There's always going to be some bullshit that they're going to plant on people or people are going to disappear, whatever it is. Yeah. But 2-meter communication radios and 11-meter communication radios with good quality antennas. I guess United States IRIE strongly recommends people buy 2-meter communication radios and 11-meter. I don't even know what that is, but for those of you that understand what he's saying, all right. Listen, people. I mean, money is a motherfucker. Money is going to make a lot of people sell out. There is some people say everybody has a price. I've been faced with some issues where I could have easily sold out, and on a smaller scale. That is a smaller scale, but a lot of people have sold out. Fucking next week was it? Yeah, next week I'm gonna be sleeping at the firehouse. Holy shit. Anyway, but yeah, guys, all of this stuff is the conspiracy theories. There's got to be some truth to it. Granted, some stuff is like completely made up out of thin air, but I think a lot of stuff is definitely true or has some truth to it, right? So again, CIA operatives, Like, again, I know Walter Cronkite was one, and there was a couple other names mentioned. These are the guys that sat there in the news at 5 or 6 o'clock, whenever it was. Old people watched the news back in the days, and these guys told you some psych op shit that was going on, and we were meant to believe it. Again, the one of the things that's going on right now, for example, is that Renee Good lady that got shot. Now all of a sudden they're digging into her past, and she was beating her kids. She left her husband. The wife was bullying the kids. The wife didn't like the kids. Like, all of this stuff is coming out, and I'm going, interesting, guys, that every time somebody gets murked, they dig into somebody's past and they find all of this shit. It's always the same. And then the psych op, or rather the propaganda with Renee Good, is like, listen, Renee Good was an idiot. I think we can all agree that she was being an annoying idiot or an annoying Karen. That doesn't mean she deserved a bullet in the face, right? Now, her being as annoying as she was, following what you call it around, all right, listen, they told you to leave well enough alone and you didn't. They told you to get out of the car, you didn't. She could have got out of the car and we wouldn't be talking about this situation. Nonetheless, we are. But now the media or the government is sitting there and trying to. The government now is trying to say that the cop that was hit has internal bleeding. A week and a half later, and yes, I understand in the medical world you could have internal bleeding. It don't look like he was rocked hard enough to have internal bleeding, so I think they're dressing it up to play more sympathy for the agent that was hit and to make Renee look worse. It's all bullshit. So I sit there and I'm thinking to myself, this guy all of a sudden has internal bleeding. Now we're supposed to feel sorry for this? I'm like, I don't believe any of the bullshit. I just don't. I'm not siding with her and I'm not siding with him. I'm just saying that the government is playing their psych op propaganda bullshit game and people are falling for it. Right? Brussels sprouts and spam for dinner. There's a special kind of hell for you people. I'll tell you that right now. Brussels sprouts and spam, there's a special kind of hell. They don't want to talk about the ICE guy and his past. The Watchman, if he has one. And I'm pretty sure he does. But right, they're not bringing anything up on him. Again, guys, it's all bullshit. All right, you know, like if this was the Biden administration, the Biden administration would have dug into the ICE agents' past and brought up all kinds of shit, made stuff up, blew things out of proportion. We're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing. Right? We're doing the exact same shit on a different fucking side of the aisle. You know? And again, you know, and people like to fuck around to find out. That's a stupid fucking excuse at this point. People do not realize what direction we're headed in. We're headed in a direction, guys, where we might not be able to pull back from it. I think we still do. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival doesn't think so, right? And his video, he states that. He states that he doesn't. And he might be right. He might be right. I have a little bit of hope left. I think we can still turn it around. But user, all right. Tribe was the other guy. That's the guy I was thinking of. Thank you. Anyway, so all of it, and that's the other thing. People like he has PTSD when he got hit before. Then he shouldn't be working, man. I mean, as simple as that, you know. And he got hit again. And you would think the guy that got hit the first time, or he got dragged the first time, that he would not walk in front of a moving car. That's the more bizarre shit. When I watched him cross the front of the car, and before he got hit, I'm thinking, what does he do? And then he got clipped. I was like, what an idiot. You know, I mean, I don't know. I just, it's all bullshit. And the problem is we keep falling for it. We keep falling for a lot of this shit. The Biden administration would have demonized the ICE agent. The Trump administration is demonizing Renee. We can't win. We can't win, but we can win if we ignore their bullshit. We can absolutely win if we stop believing the propaganda. Listen, guys, keep in mind, they want us, or they convince us that a lot of these conspiracy theories are not true. They tell us, oh, by the way, Um, you know, the Area 51, it didn't exist. It's not real. It's not a real place. Building 7, you know what? It collapsed on its own. You know. Meanwhile, it could be very well that it was demo. Could be. Not saying. New World Order is not a real thing. That doesn't exist. Meanwhile, we got figureheads, top leaders talking about New World Order and mentioning it in their speech when they can. You got the Agenda 21 or the 2030 Agenda. Both of those out to get us, right? We got so many things going on, and they sit there and they tell us these conspiracy theories are not real. Don't look at those. But let's focus on this chick, Renee, who puts cigarettes out on her kids. Meanwhile, we got politicians banging kids right now as we speak. 9:30 at night, there's a politician diddling a kid somewhere, right? And we're supposed to focus on this lady. We're demonizing this one lady when the entire political arena of the United States government, Russia, UK, Chinese government are evil men and women doing evil shit to women and kids and men. But we're supposed to sit here and demonize this one lady and take focus off the fact that Trump is protecting the PDO army. He is absolutely protecting these people. He was talking about, we're going to release the Epstein file. We're going to free all the information. And now he's in office. He's like, yeah, we can't do that. It's not real. It's a hoax. Again, man, this is where we are. We're told not to believe this, but we're told to demonize this one lady. Anybody that goes against the Trump administration, they have what is it? TDS? Now I got TDS. Whatever, man. Whatever makes the people who are still licking Trump's cum off his stomach, whatever makes you feel better at night for doing that, by all means, tell me whatever I have. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm the furthest from the truth. You're stupid. You don't know what's going on. Open your eyes, read a Bible, go to sleep, have a dream. I'm like, what is it? All of this shit these people are fucking, they tell me on a daily basis. I said, my eyes are wide open. My eyes have been wide open since I was a kid. Since I was told about the propaganda bullshit. When I was told about that book that the agent who wrote, and now is dead, coincidentally, after writing the book, right? All of this shit. Oh, that's right. He pardoned a drug lord as well. Thank you, Jamark. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your name wrong. Right? And then he goes after Venezuela and goes, it's for the American people because of the drugs. The drugs. Meanwhile, the cartel are pushing fucking more drugs than anybody on the planet. Yep, here we are, right? The New World Order is not real. But then you got Bill Gates talking about, you people better get your shit together. In a couple of years, you're going to have to be part of a digital society. Right, Behold a Pale Horse, right? Writes that book. Everybody who read that book and everything in that book, you were crazy for believing. And now half the shit is happening. Proven right? You have predictive programming. I mean, yo, for example, what was I watching? They were making it okay in the TV show. Um, Hold on, because I was watching the TV show. And I'm like, yo, this is a problem. Let's see. Oh, the TV show Pluribus, where they break down humans and turn them into a protein so that the other humans that are not being controlled can still function, right? And we watch these TV shows, guys, that are undoubtedly going to have us start eating human protein because they can't feed us. Bad enough they're trying to turn us away from meat because they're saying that in 2045 or 2050 there'll be too many humans to feed, so we can't use meat, so we're going to have to use bugs. But bugs are a bigger endeavor, but because humans are passing away and might be passing away of starvation, and there are a lot of people doing self-deletion now by legal means, they could start taking humans and breaking down their bodies into human protein and putting that into a supplement. Yes, Soylent Green. But in the TV show Pluribus, they talked about it. And I'm like, and predictive programming, and here we are. We are, guys, in dangerous territory right now. Very dangerous territory. Hold on. What the hell did I just do? All right. Right. So again, we have the arm ticket. We're watching people get sick. We're watching people get cancer. Psychological issues. People are flipping out and killing loved ones like that. We have people who caught Mr. 19 who they said, oh, it came from nature. Meanwhile, people are having long COVID right now, long Mr. 19. They're having these issues because they got that. You got people who believe the rapture is around the corner and the Antichrist is here and Jesus is coming back. Jesus has been coming back for over a few hundred years now. And every year he's supposed to come back. Some pastor thinks he's supposed to come back now. We won't know when he come back. He will come back when he's good and ready, if he does. You got the Antichrist roaming the planet right now. I think he's here, but not the people we think he is. He is. Excuse me. Michelle Obama is not a prepper theory. I just threw her in there because she's a dude. We've all seen the dick on TV. Just throwing that in there as a sidebar. And we are continuously lied to. Continuously lied to. The Simpsons. Door Creek. I thank you for bringing that up. I think someone else mentioned it earlier. The Simpsons, interestingly enough, when you type in conspiracy theories and you look under Wikipedia's account on the conspiracy theory list, the Simpsons are often mentioned as predictive programming. I find that to be very interesting. There were a couple of TV shows that had predictive programming. Before the Challenger exploded, there was a TV show called Cowboy Bebop. Sorry, it was either the Challenger or Discovery. One of the two that blew up. It was a TV show called Cowboy Bebop. And in Cowboy Bebop, Shuttle is leaving the planet because the Bebop crew, I forgot the name of the kid's name. What the hell was his name? Spike, right? Chased this dude into a spaceship. The spaceship launches, and the way the spaceship blows up in the air, it looked just like the Challenger. And I was like, get out of here. And that was right before the Challenger exploded. Anyway, Cowboy Bebop, if you're into anime, it's a pretty cool cartoon. Not a good TV show. TV show sucked, by the way. But there's that. So, again, guys, we have New World Order. We got predictive programming. We have chemtrails. They held a hearing on this just a month ago, or the other day, excuse me. They held a whole meeting on chemtrails. Right? And remember, for those of us who believed in chemtrails, we were crazy for believing that. But now there's research coming out stating that chemtrails is in fact real. And the stuff that they're putting in the chemtrails is having a reaction to humans, or humans are having a reaction to it, excuse me. And some people think they're trying to block the sun. Other people think that they're trying to get the human race sick. And now, there's proof that chemtrails exist. You have this, which I didn't know about this, but it's called Blue Anion. It's a set of loosely related left-wing conspiracy theories that suggest Donald Trump is engaged in an elaborate plot to capture or maintain control of the United States government. Again, that's a bit on the heavy side. Crisis actors, another conspiracy theory. Crisis actors have been proven to have been in multiple crises. The same people caught. And yet, when you bring these photos up and you point them out, people go, yeah, that's not them. Exactly like them. Same nose, same ear, scar on the face, same scar. Two different people in two different situations. Not likely. But a crisis actor is another conspiracy theory that people fucking... Jazz. Thank you. The fog that's been going on. What the hell was that fog called? They're calling it... Damn it, I forgot the name of it. We were just talking about it the other day. I forgot the name of the fog. But yeah, that's been going around. That weird fog that's been getting people sick. And one of you guys are going to put it in the chat. So, but yeah, the fog has been insane. The Clintons, right? That's another conspiracy theory. Listen, if every time I went to a job, and every job I went to, the manager had a black eye, right? Radioactive fog. Thank you, Martin. The radioactive fog, right? That stuff. And that's not even a conspiracy theory because articles are putting it out there now. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're just telling us. Now, all right, every time I go to a job, and every time I leave that job, my manager has a black eye. And people never seen me touch the manager. The manager won't confess to say I did it, but you know that I was there in the vicinity and he had a black eye. So you put two and two together, and then the police department investigates, and then they bring me in. They're like, yo, every time you you work and you leave, someone has a black eye. That's kind of suspicious. And then they don't find anything, they let it go. But with Hillary Clinton, they never investigated any of the people she was connected to that passed away. Never even dived deep enough to be like, yo, something's not right here. And that's the craziness about the whole thing, right? And so when any one of us gets into some shit, Base Bunny, I saw the purple sky shit. I saw that the other day actually. They said that it came from the lighting of a stadium off the low clouds and the fog. That could be. I don't know. So again, the Clintons, they have a death trail of people. No one wants to look into that. But whenever anybody brings it up, it's a conspiracy theory. Really? Okay. Jeffrey Epstein's death, another conspiracy theory. And then Dan Bongino was like, yes, he in fact killed himself. I watched the tape, nobody went in, and he just died. I was like, wait, what? You sat there on your channel talking about how this man didn't do that. He didn't off himself. And then all of a sudden, he gets in the office and he goes, I've seen their tapes. It was real. And he sounded like a robot, by the way, when he said like someone had a gun to his head. I mean, like, my point, guys, is that to all of this, is that a lot of conspiracy theories are in fact real. And anything that sounds plausible most likely is real. Again, us not going to the moon, I wholeheartedly believe that now. You know, as a kid, you're retarded, so you don't know any better. You know, and when people tell you, oh, we went to the moon, you're like, oh, yeah. But then when you start looking at all of this shit and all of the reasons why we couldn't go to the moon and we still can't, then you're like, huh, interesting. Interesting shit. But sorry, I didn't acknowledge my people on Rumble. Oh no. All right, Prep to Adapt, Raccoon, Maria Jackson, thank you to 5x5 on Rumble. But good evening. All right. Thank you guys for watching me on Rumble. I do appreciate it. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you guys. My fault. But anyway, all this to say, guys, is that if there is something weird going on, there's undoubtedly something weird going on. The 2017 Las Vegas shooting conspiracy theory. There were people there that said they saw two flashes of light coming out of two separate windows. Not a reflection, which some people were trying to say. One guy there was a guy in my firehouse, his buddy was there. His buddy said he saw two distinct, coming out of two different windows. Possibly in the same room, but two different windows. And he said it was glass in between. And he saw two distinct muzzle flashes coming out of the room. Or the window, rather, excuse me. And he confirmed that. And this guy is not a liar. And the guy in my firehouse, he's not a conspiracy theorist, and he believed his buddy. So, of course, guys, as soon as the sheriff of Vegas and the mayor of Vegas said on national TV, something doesn't make sense. We found no footage of what's-his-face bringing in any firearms into the hotel. Zero. The amount of firepower he had in that room does not correlate to what he brought into the hotel. Not at all. And this came from the mayor and the sheriff, who were both baffled by what they saw and what they couldn't find. Right? I found that to be interesting. When I saw that press conference, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And when they said what they said, I was like, uh-oh. And then the story died off immediately. Immediately. Also, fun fact, That room is the sought after room right now when people go to Vegas. Everyone asks for that room. I do not know what the room number is, but people ask for that room every time they go. People want to be in the room that killed, what was it, 12 people, 11 people, whatever it was, right? Um, just a little tidbit of information. When I went to Vegas last, the guy told me that. I was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, he goes, people request that room. I'm going, why? Why? But people are sickos. So, yeah. So, again, guys, we have been denied the Great Reset, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. They keep telling us those things are not real. The normies keep telling us it's not real. But the elites keep telling us it is. That's the interesting shit about it. While we have our finger on the pulse, those people will deny that any of this shit is happening. And that's a very dangerous place because these people are going to be wholeheartedly comfortable with their lives. They don't want to wake up and smell the coffee. They're just completely and utterly asleep to it. I don't understand it. I really don't. Um, I mean, no, sorry. Let me walk that back. I understand it. I understand why people are comfortable. People are comfortable because they do not want to deal with the consequences of being awake, knowing what's going on. People don't want to understand that. Martin, the timeline shift was another theory that when I typed in theory list was up there. The timeline shift, and there's multiple timeline shifts. That's another like conversation for a different day. But the sustainable development theory, or the theories on that, right? That was conspiracy theory. That again, that's Agenda 21. That's the Great Reset, the Urban Planet, the 15-minute city, urban planning, and 15-minute cities. All of that run by the WEF. WEF has various backup plans. They call them theories. They keep telling us those are various theories that are not true. Meanwhile, 15-minute cities are popping all over the place. In fact, what's going on right now in Argentina with Patagonia like on fire because of Israeli tourists. So they say, I don't put it past them, but I can't that video I can't verify. I don't speak Spanish or whatever they're speaking, so I don't know what's being said in that video. I know that the guy was crying and disappointed, but that could have been his lover leaving him. I do not know what was going on in that video. But what's going on in Argentina right now, apparently, last month, the Argentine government passed. Salty Dog, thank you for finding that. Appreciate it. C40 cities, thank you. Nova Scotia is another one, a part of the sustainable development, conspiracy theory. Guys, all that to say is that we are, for the most part, on our own. Whatever we believe or have an inkling of, we're on our own. The WEF is going to wink at us and give us an evil grin because they'll sit there and go, no one will ever believe you. Meanwhile, they implement their plan and people are not paying attention. Now, here's the kick in the nutsack to the WEF. More people are waking up. A lot of people are waking up. People are starting channels and YouTube accounts and Instagram and X or Twitter accounts, TikTok, and a lot of people are waking up to the bullshit. That means that the elites or whoever's in charge is going to have to unleash something huge to rock people scared and put them back to sleep, or it could possibly wake up more people. So keep that in mind. Also, sorry, what's going on in Argentina? By the way, the government of Argentina last month redacted, or not redacted, they fixed a policy where now that land is burned, foreigners can come in and buy the land, burned land, excuse me. And that was last month. And now this month they have a fire. Supposedly Israel is looking for a lot of land in Argentina. Don't know why. But nonetheless, the United States and Israel are probably going to sweep into Argentina and buy a lot of that land, I would say in a month or so. So Argentina, like I said, they changed the policy. Now they said foreigners can also buy burnt land. Why would anyone want to buy burnt land? The only people who buy burnt land are people that have a plan for that burnt land and a long plan, if you will, or playing the long game. They would buy that. So anyway, sustainable development. I want to read it, but we don't have much time. Artificial diseases is another theory. HIV being man-made, absolutely. There was a gay dude. He was gay as the day was long. He was a conspiracy theorist. He's a pretty good conspiracy theorist because he stated that the HIV was created to kill the gay population, which is possibly true. So with that being said, um, people that looked at the HIV virus said that they don't like what they saw because what HIV does is it mimics another cell, and then as it mimics the cell, that cell shakes hand with another cell, thinking that it's an original cell, but it's not. It's a um, it's a disease that now infects the cell, tricking the other cell. They said there's nothing in nature that can do that. Nothing in nature that can mimic another cell and pretend to be another cell. It falsifies itself, is exactly what it does. So much not even mimicking, it falsifies who it is. It's like a transgender cell, right? And then the cell goes, oh shit, that's Bob. And it's not Bob, it's AIDS. And Bob, AIDS, comes in, right, and shakes hand with Harry, the real cell. And now Harry's infected by Bob's bullshit. And now Harry has AIDS, if that makes sense. Artificial diseases, the Mr. 19, HPV, HSV, all part of the artificial disease and conspiracy theory world. In fact, ADHD supposedly was made up so that they can hand out more medications to kids or people rather, because now they're trying to say that ADHD is in adults. So now they want adults to start taking ADHD meds. I find that to be very interesting. Adults that never had a problem before, now all of a sudden they have ADHD. Oh, you you identify as having ADHD. Hmm. We're going to give you some meds to fix your problem, and then they do. And then the last conspiracy theory, the Mr. 19 event. I spoke about that earlier. A lot of people are under the assumption, including myself, that it was made somewhere and then released to see what was going to happen. I think it was accidentally released, but a lot of people, once it was out there, I guess they used it as a test run to see how it was going to react to people. Because I tell you this much, they got a lot of people scared with that Mr. 19 nonsense. A lot of people scared. Amphetamines. Well, listen, guys. There's a lot of meds out there right now that they keep lowering the threshold for like high blood pressure, cholesterol. They keep lowering it so they can get more people on meds. Right? It's all a scam, man. It's all a scam, and we keep falling for it. People keep falling for it, rather. And then when you tell them, yo, take creatine because creatine's X, Y, and Z, creatine has a lot of benefits. In my next Angryprepper fitness live stream, which should be not this Sunday, I might do it Saturday morning or Monday morning. We're going to talk about creatine and all of the benefits of it. I want you guys to watch that live stream because that is how you're going to get yourself healthier in a lot of ways, more than one. There's a ton of benefits of creatine. We're going to go over that. Anyway, guys, I got to head over to the Angry Truth channel. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. I should be back on Friday for the doubleheader. If I'm not, that means I'm at work. But most likely, 95% sure I'll be on Friday for the doubleheader. Outside of that, guys, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. And I will see you guys. I will see some of you guys in the Angry Truth channel. Thank you.